all my ambition.
Arguably is a bit more bigger, I would say, than Tucker when it comes to her audience, because she's publicly admitted to being a far right actual, politician that she, especially during the Trump administration was very famous, has now spoken out. Marjorie Taylor Greene, a couple hours ago, fresh off the press, has posted this video responding and reacting to Tiara.
Yes, from my home state of Georgia.
Oh, correct. And she still is a representative out of there?
Yes, she is, but there is a black man who is running against her. He's got a cute cowboy hat and like a 3-legged dog, so vote for him.
And when it comes to her, what is your... So you obviously were... Because with Tucker, you weren't not so much up on, him and everything that he entails, but with her, were you more?
No, I know that she is an alt-right gun fanatic that stands literally for everything that I don't. She was pretty sure one of the insurrectionists, maybe not. I just know Marjorie Taylor Greene, crazy gun, ultra conservative, right-wing Georgia rep.
Yeah. Okay.
Good summary.
A lot of good verbs right there. Here we have the video fully.
Here's one thing I want to finish with this, and I want to finish with twerking for Senate, because God knows none of us have ever seen this before, and this is something that I can't even believe I'm showing you. It's so outrageous. Well, her name is Tiara Mack. Oh, Tiara. And she is currently a state senator for Rhode Island. She has been elected.
Yes, I was.
And she's running for Senate. And here's how she appeals to, I don't know, the 80-year-old rich white liberals who basically voted her into power. Let's go ahead and watch Tiara twerking for Senate.
Vote Senator Mack.
Vote Senator Mack, twerking for Senate. Oh my gosh. Hey, listen, she's something. She sponsored a bill to teach queer inclusive pleasure-based sex education to children. No, let me say it again. I know you're shocked, and I was shocked too. Yes, she sponsored a bill to teach queer inclusive pleasure-based sex education to kids. That's Tiara Mack. And, she's so desperate for attention that she put out that video, and that's why we made her Demon Possession of the Week. We just couldn't resist.
Demon Possession of the Week?
Tiara Mack.
What an honor.
You made Demon Possession of the Week on MTG Live. Okay, you guys.
Demon
Now,
Possession
that,
of the
I
Week,
know
which
that
I didn't know
That's a thing?
was a thing. And
Okay.
I'm trying to understand it a bit more. I guess possessed. So you're possessed by a demon? Demon Possession of the Week, I guess.
Crazy, bro.
I mean, news to me, but
Crazy ass label.
That's a because I know Charlemagne does Donkey of the Day.
You wanna know what's crazy? She low key looks like a demon.
Marjorie Taylor.
She low key looks evil.
Yeah.
I mean, I make it my mission not to talk about people's appearances because body shaming is never correct. But
especially another female, right? She's Marjorie Taylor.
just anyone, no matter your gender. I just you can't help how you look.
Mm-hmm.
You can help how you act, and you can help how you present yourself to the world. But how you look, you got nothing to do with that. But yeah, no, that is. I mean, I know that she is a hateful bitch, and I can judge her on that.
Yeah.
And so I will.
Yeah, and when it comes to specifically the bill, for those who don't know that she was talking about, specifically the bill is Bill S2285, correct?
Yeah, so that was the bill for 2022. I also introduced that bill last year, and I talked about this a little bit on my TikTok, which y'all should follow. But that bill I introduced in 2021, my first year in session, and it got no traction. No one was talking about that bill at all. It's a comprehensive, queer, inclusive, age-appropriate, pleasure-based sexual health education bill that would teach, that would include that in the definition for sex ed for 6th graders through 12th graders in Rhode Island. That bill did not get any traction. And then in 2022, this year, after a wave of anti-LGBTQ bills, including the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida and the anti-trans bills that happened in Texas and the national wave of anti-trans kids in sports, this bill like picked up, like the right wing conservatives were like, we must prosecute her for this bill. And it's a bill about safety. It's a bill about inclusion. It's a bill about making sure that people know their bodies and they have the tools to navigate conversations about their sexuality. And the right wing took this up and they're like, oh my God, she wants to teach your kids how to masturbate when they're like 3 years old. I'm like, that's not what this bill is. Y'all are weird. Maybe like I don't know what, like that's not what this bill is. It's a comprehensive, queer, inclusive, age appropriate, culturally relevant, pleasure-based sexual health education bill, because we fundamentally have young people who don't understand their bodies, don't know how to navigate these conversations, don't know how to talk about consent, and they don't know how to talk about sexual assault and sexual violence. And so that is the aim of this bill. And it was also paired with a bill called the Sexual Assault Survivors Bill of Rights, which a version of it passed this year with my name on it. And so these bills never happen in isolation. The Comprehensive Sex Ed bill is also a bill that paired well with the Sexual Assault Survivors Bill of Rights, which protects people who are victims of sexual violence. But the right wing never want to talk about the positives. They never want to talk about protecting people. They only want to talk about queer Black people who are, I guess, demons of the weak, who want to quote unquote harm our young people. And as an educator, that was one of the most disappointing takes that I got. And I will fight tooth and nail and call out all these people in their names and use every single like piece of resources that my Ivy League degree afforded me, because it is ridiculous. It is like completely bizarre to me that someone would take a bill aimed at helping young people navigate conversations around their bodies and their autonomy and turn it into something like sick and weak, when we have literally a former president who was accused of sexual violence and sexual assault. We have 2 seated Supreme Court justices who just took away our right to abortion, who had national cases about them sexually assaulting people in their lives. And me, someone who has been a champion for all communities, including young people, is being called names that are vile and disgusting and untrue. I get a little worked up about this, because that is the narrative that the right has been trying to paint, that queer Black people, young people are trying to like harm our children, when that's the furthest thing from the truth. And the right ultra conservative are literally harming the mental health and wellness and safety of young people by literally targeting them and older queer people. So very upsetting. And it is no surprise to me that people who want to spew hate also in the same vein will spew at any chance that they get.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, because I definitely thoroughly read the bill, and there's a portion, because I feel like a lot of people online, especially surface level, who don't know about bills and how they work, they get scared because they think it's like, even if you don't agree with the policy or said actual intention, they think it's like by demand or by force. But when you read it, it literally says a parent or legal guardian may exempt his or her child from the program by written directive to the principal of the school. It says no child so exempted shall be penalized academically reason of the exemption, but it might have been a typo. But basically, this is a bill, but it's not forcing nobody. You have the actual option, if you are a parent that doesn't agree with this when it comes to your child, your student in the school, you can decide to, hey, I don't want them to do that. And I think that makes it kind of, obviously digestible for all, in my opinion. But if you actually read the bill, you understand that. But I get it. They want to politicize it more and kind of like make it scarier than what it really is. But definitely do your research and read the proper bill. Thank you for watching that podcast clip right there from the CA Podcast Cap. Make sure to watch the full episode on the Club Ambition YouTube channel.